We're here to announce that as of today, Howard County's body-worn camera program for law enforcement is up and running, creating a new level of protection for our community and our officers. This program will improve safety, save money, and provide more accountability for all in our community. As a member of the Howard County Council, I was proud to sponsor legislation in 2015 that led to a full evaluation of community policing right here in Howard County. That evaluation led to a recommendation that a law enforcement camera program be implemented. Howard County took only limited steps right after that, with a short pilot program that ended in 2018 and a decision to delay implementation. When I became your Howard County executive, I made this critical initiative a priority. Consistently, since taking office, we took the necessary steps to get this program up and running. In 2020, we filed legislation to lease space to address the storage needs. In 2021, we included body-worn camera funding in our budget for the very first time. Also that year, the police department acquired equipment to hire and train staff for the program. And this year, we secured final funding for body-worn camera to be fully implemented in Howard County. And I want to thank the County Council and everyone else who helped make that funding possible. And starting today, we are now equipping 300 officers with cameras, including patrol officers, community outreach officers, school resource officers, traffic investigators, and tactical units. In addition to the cost-benefit analysis by the Justice Department shows that body-worn cameras save money, because reduced complaints lead to reduced time required to resolve such complaints, resulting in substantial cost savings for police departments. Our Howard County Police Department is the finest in the nation, and this program will only make our officers better and our community safer. We remain committed to creating safer communities through inclusive outreach and comprehensive investments in public safety while improving transparency and accountability. Over the past 4 years, we've made historic investments in public safety by providing the Howard County Police Department with the full resources needed to protect our community, including the largest increase in sworn personnel in the past 15 years. Now, this investment will help improve response times, support community policing, and address emerging crimes such as human trafficking. At the same time, we have established a police accountability board which, along with our body-worn camera program, is providing an unprecedented level of accountability and transparency. I am so grateful to Chief Gregory and our brave law enforcement officers for their work in keeping our community safe. It's no surprise that for 4 years running, Columbia, right here in Howard County, has been named the safest city in America, which examined data on home and community safety, natural disaster risk, and financial safety. And with today's announcement, we're taking another step on the path toward an even safer community. I want to also thank our state's attorney, Rich Gibson, for his partnership and leadership, and our sheriff, Marcus Harris, again for his partnership and leadership. We couldn't be here today without them. And Howard County, home to the safest city in America, is now one step to becoming safer for all. Today is an important day for our community, and I look forward to the results of this important initiative. Thank you.
I'm happy to be here today to help announce the official launch of the body-worn camera program in Howard County. This has been a long time in the making. A few years ago, the police department conducted a pilot program that showed there was a value in body cameras for law enforcement and the public. At the time, the agency saw the benefits of using the technology, but faced barriers that could not be overcome, including the cost of the program, increasing staffing, and the need for additional workspace. But today, County Executive Calvin Ball is making clear to our officers and our community that body cameras are a priority by providing the needed resources. Over the last year, we have acquired the equipment, trained our officers, and hired additional staff needed to launch this program. Starting today, our 300 uniformed officers will be wearing body-worn cameras. In the next coming year, we expect remaining non-uniform officers will also be equipped. By policy, our officers will activate cameras for all legitimate law enforcement purposes. The devices are also automatically activated every time an officer turns on emergency equipment in a patrol car, turns on a taser device, or removes a firearm from its holster. Officers will notify people that they are being recorded at the beginning of the contact or as soon as possible, safely possible. And of course, there are safeguards in place to protect privacy issues as appropriate. We'll keep all camera footage for the period of time required by law, and officers do not have the ability to delete or alter any of the recordings. In addition, camera footage will be publicly released consistent with the law in consultation with our state's attorney, Rich Gibson. All of the details of our body camera policy are available on our website, along with additional frequently asked questions about the program. This project is a reflection of the county's commitment to the outstanding relationships of trust and transparency our police department has long established with our community. Body-worn cameras can help increase public confidence in policing, and studies from the Justice Department show that these programs actually reduce the number of complaints and allegations made against police officers and fewer use of force reports. When cameras are in place, they de-escalate situations and lead to a reduction of assaults on police officers. It is always our goal to offer the best possible practices in law enforcement to the Howard County community. Body cameras will now be another tool to help us achieve that. We remain committed to respecting and protecting all of the people we serve here in Howard County. Thank you.
I have consistently supported bringing this tool to Howard County, and it is phenomenal to see it finally come to fruition, especially in a way that has been developed in true partnership with our law enforcement and the community. The logistical hurdles overcome to get to this point have been vast, including but not limited to hiring the appropriate staff to review the video and process the additional work that comes with the implementation of this program. In the State Attorney's Office, that was 15 people in total, 6 paralegals and 2 attorneys in the actual unit, as well as 7 additional personnel to absorb the additional work that comes with having a body-worn camera program. We had to locate the physical space for those personnel to be housed. We had to acquire equipment to properly review and process the video, software and hardware, during or in the midst of a global supply chain crisis. We also had to provide training for our personnel and the police to ensure that the information that's collected is done so consistent with our laws. Many, when they think of body-worn camera, first think of the technology, the cameras themselves. However, the key to a successful body-worn camera program is pairing quality technology with trained people and well-thought-out policies to govern those people and the use of those cameras. And that was done in this case. The protections our community and society as a whole are seeking comes from officers properly utilizing the cameras, consistent with sound policy and skilled trained personnel reviewing the footage to ensure accountability and the information recorded is properly processed. Our goal is to provide a world-class service to this community. Remember, body-worn cameras are not a cure-all that solves all problems, but they are an extremely helpful tool in assessing what actually occurred during an interaction between law enforcement and members of the public. I look forward to working with our partners and the community in this and all efforts to improve safety for all who live, play, or work, or simply pass through Howard County, Maryland. Thank you.
On behalf of Sheriff Marcus Harris, we want to thank County Executive Ball for all support in the body-worn camera project. Now, Sheriff Harris believes that this body-worn camera project will add an additional layer of transparency and boost trust between law enforcement and the citizens of Howard County. And lastly, Sheriff Harris would like to thank our partners, State's Attorney Gibson, Chief Durr, and working together to ensure that this program is up and running in an efficient and timely manner. Thank you.
Before we open to questions, I just wanted to note that one of our own deputy chiefs here with us today, Justin Baker, is wearing a body camera. They have started to wear them today. They were given out in briefings this morning, so officers will start wearing them today, and they will be progressively wearing them throughout this week and in the coming weeks as they take on their patrol shifts and their other uniformed assignments. So anybody who'd like to take a photo of our lovely Deputy Chief Baker, he is here for that purpose, so thank you, and others as well. Do we have any questions before we close out? Jeff.
Yeah, I had two questions. One was, I know the state has mandated certain deadlines for all of the jurisdictions to get body-worn cameras. Do we know what our mandated deadline actually is in Howard?
It's
2025?
It's 2023, but as noted, we've been working on this for many years, and the county executive made sure to provide the necessary resources so that we could finally move forward with the implementation.
And the other question I had was probably for the chief. Just the reaction from your men and women, because so many other jurisdictions where we've talked to them, they welcome these cameras with open arms. If you could address just...
The question is, thanks, Jeff. The question is, how do the officers feel about wearing these new body-worn cameras?
Thank you. I would agree. I would think most of our officers are welcome the body-worn cameras. They can show in a unbiased view of what happened. We've worked with our unions also and the labor groups who were on board and helped us develop our policies.
If there are no other questions, we'll wrap it up. But as always, you can reach out to my office or the County Executive's PIO after the event if you have any additional questions, and visit our website for those questions as well. Thanks very much. Have a safe afternoon.